My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Monster Train 2! Oh! Well, this is the very first time I have not gotten either of the new clans since the update. All's well though, I still gotta complete this combination. We've got Solgar the Martyr as our lead, Proto-Hardcage. Seraph Turner's Chosen of Entropy is going to be asking us to have a solution for silence at the end. Ooh, Hothead. I know what I'm doing with you. Fleshweaver. Nice. And Kale. Fleshweaver, I believe, in a patch that just went out, 2.1. Some of the variants of Fleshweaver have had their enemy loadout modified to be a little less difficult. 2 copies of Titan Gratitude in base deck, as well as Lava Armor. I mean, Solgard I already know I'm going with the... Sorry, Incant situation. Forgotten Name. When you play your 3rd spell of the turn, all cards gain +1 magic power for the rest of the battle. I will do that consistently, but is it going to be more valuable than Dante's Footstool? Playing a room for 0 at the opening is really good. Give me a Forgotten Name. Titan Channel or Cold Channel? So, Cold Channel's a revenge trigger, but it's also a revenge trigger on surprisingly low health. So we'd really want a way to support it. I could support it a little bit with Lava Armor. I don't know, I just feel like Cold Channel's so... like, it's so fragile for a unit that's not... I mean... Hang on. You're AoE as well. It's 1 Frostbite per shard to all enemy units. And then there's Titan Channel. I mean, Hothead is AoE, and one of the very first things you do in a Fireborn run is figure out a way to make Hothead consistent. Merchant of Arms, after a Merchant of Steel Fireborn banner, we could be looking for a Mind Cage there. Probably going to end up in the Merchant of Trinkets, but it is worth noting the Merchant of Steel with the Empyrean Well on the left-hand side. If I get a unit that's really worth duping from those, because you don't really want to dupe the Hothead. I'm leaning Titan Channel because I currently don't have the stats to win. I don't really have the stats to do well in the first fight, even. Alright. Take Titan Channel. Essentially with Titan Skin 1? Sure. Of course they do. I don't need to follow that up, I don't think. I'm currently on a road that gets me domed. The 4. Oh, okay, good. Single Titan's Gratitude fully solves that. No doming! Then Hothead, and finally Solgard pops out, gets 8/8 for each of the incant stacks. So gets enough to just fight directly. We're offered Glacial Seal, Mollusk Mage, and Titan's Gratitude. Frost Mage isn't bad. Glacial Seal, 1 Ember, 1 size. Incant to apply Frostbite 2 to all enemy units. There is a world where I just run like a tanky bottom line, throw a Soul Guard down there as well, put the Glacial Seal behind as my AoE clear. I don't love the inconsistency of that world. But I also haven't used Frostbite Seal, sorry, Glacial Seal that much in MT2. Fine. Stuck Up Whelp, apply Avarice 2 to friendly units. I really think that's important when you have Hothead. So we would have like a Soul Guard, Glacial Seal, Incant floor, and then a Hothead clear floor. But then, again, it's 2 sources of AoE. Control, like, ugh. Maybe I do an Incant bottom floor and then Hotheads just for clearing AoE if anyone gets past. Stuck Up Whelp is really, really good for that Avarice, but it's really hard to turn down Golden Touch as well. And when I say really hard, it's possible. I'm taking Stuck Up Whelp. I chose against what I would usually choose in both of those decisions. Partly for the sake of having a different run. Not the same run every time. Stuck Up Whelp is interesting. If I give you Endless, I can play you as a chump block every turn, which gives me also the ability to use your ability every turn. And it also gives me a Whelp played every turn, which isn't important at the moment, but can be in the future. Don't ever talk to me. Alright? Literally just had to wait 2 more seconds, Raps. 2 more seconds and they would have given you a Guildmonger. Alright. Look, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine, because I said it's fine. Honestly, I think we might be in the point where I need to give some Titanite out to Shield Steward. Health and Titanite, just so I can put a Soul Guard behind you. Because currently our bottom line is Hothead, chumped with a Stuck Up Whelp, which it's a thing as well. Sure, the fact that I didn't get Endless for the Guildmonger, look, it's yeah, sure. But would I want it to be differently? With absolutely all of my heart, absolutely true. Yes, of course, definitely. But am I okay with it? Not even slightly. But is Stuck Up Whelp still good? Yes. This still has something it can do, I think. Gosh. And it's 25-25, so I can't also buy the Avarice 3. I think I just have to do it. I'm not pleased about it at all, but also the value of money in this run is lower than it usually would be. We've got Highborn, so we have a little bit more control over exactly how we want to respond to that. Ooh, not being able to play the Glacial Seal sucks. Get him, Hothied. And we also grab a Magic Power for the job. First things first, gotta get that Glacial. Then Stuck Up Whelp Chump Block, give Avarice to that floor. think Lava Armor for Shield Suit on the top line makes a bunch of sense. Incanting again, I'm probably better served just going for Frostbite on this Sloven Knight. So we're taking, unfortunately, 12 this turn. I'll have to wait until the next line to use Hofeed's ability, but it's got Avarice 4 stacked on it. Perfect. Next line's going to be tough as well. We're probably going to take another 10 at least. Decent money into that. And I'll get, you know, a fair few more triggers with the old Avarice. Okay, so if I popped out Soul Guard, yes, we would be able to win. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Oh, that's so annoying. I think we didn't deal unblocked attack damage to the enemy that many times because of armor, which triggers at the start of its turn. You bastard. We still got a decent amount of coin out of this battle, but I was hoping for more. It's okay. It's coming. Mollusk Mage, Energy Siphon, and Crypt Builder. I'm not... look, I'm not fully against Energy Siphon. I do have a lot of random discard, though, so it does feel like Crypt Builder is probably a much better choice. Flicker. Absolutely. Saving that one Dragon's Horde. Oh boy, it's getting valuable. Merchant of Arms for the Mind Cage, I'm thinking. Cursed Dragon stuff, I'm thinking. Incant to deal 1 damage to enemy units. Is that the one that synergizes with Avarice? Or does that count the Dragon Staff doing that? I never remember if Dragon Staff does that. Does the Avarice? It's actually kind of awkward. I guess I could get a Stygian unit after the next boss and possibly end up upgrading that at the Merchant of Steel. I'm going to be building towards Incant, so Curse of Dragonstaff is never bad. Swiftsteel Dagger is just generally a good card. I'm going to make the Curse of Dragonstaff deployable. I don't have a plan to deploy it at the moment, but it is deployable. Oh dear. I don't think I need a second Endless stuck up well. But it is my most upgraded unit. I guess other than the Shield Steward, who I don't think I need a second copy of either. I think I could probably put 5 copies of Flicker in the deck and just run with that. I keep just adding AoE to my deck. What am I doing? I could get a second Guildmonger. Literally just so I have the ability to kill 2 Guildmongers in a fight. Hell, I could get 5 Guildmongers. That's my endless Guildmonger. I have 5 Guildmongers in the deck. Hell, I can play them all in the... Well, not all of them. I can play a lot of them in the deployment phase. 1, 2... Well, with Hothead actually having a 2 cost, probably not going to be playing that many of them. Good lord. I think I either get 1 more copy of Flicker or 1 more copy of Guildmonger. I don't like that those seem to be the choices here, but I think they are. I'm going to take a second Guildmonger. Heal up and move on. Hell yeah. Oh no, they didn't kill my stuck-up well. I do think damage for Hothead matters, just for the sake of the bottom line. Guildmonger and the stuck-up whelps right back there. I really do need Flash Weaver to get hit about 10 more times. Thankfully that really helped indirectly too. Should be okay with hitting a little bit more higher gel on you, and then casting 2 spells on the next floor. We let 1 minion go by. Oh boy, look at that bottom line. Oh, if only I had Hothead's ability up this turn. I can give 10 more health to the Shield Sewer this way. But it actually survived this round. Pretty concerned. Unfortunately, I think I have to pop Soul Guard out before continuing to cast at this point. I have to give you the Cursed Dragon Staff. Builder. I can definitely finish Flash Weaver with spells on future turns. I mean, it'd be significantly better for me if this line didn't ascend, because it's 10 damage on that Sloven. Which would ask me to send the Titan's Gratitude that way, but I also don't think I can do that. Also, I don't want to draw the stuck-up whelp into the next hand anyway. Alright. So we'll take 18 here. Then it's just about any casting I can do on top. Get him! Certainly could have been worse. Harness the Titan. Apply 10 magic power with the cards in hand. Smelted treasure. Spend 50 coins. Apply 50 armor to a friendly unit. Yep, that's exactly the way that I can try and keep a couple of these units alive. Last thing I need is more sweep. Siren of the Sea. Incant to gain 3/3. Yep. You are exactly the kind of unit that can stand in front of Soul Guard and between whom I can put a Glacial. I don't want to go capacity if I can avoid it. At least immediately as well. If I go energy, I can now deploy the Cursed Dragon Staff. Which is a bit tough, because I don't know if the Siren of the Sea with the deployed Dragon Staff on the bottom line just incanting is you know, really enough health. Draw matters a huge amount for us as well. We'll take energy first, probably draw second, if I had to guess. So we now have the Merchant of Steel offering a dupe as well. There is a dupe that's interesting to me, which is a mini stone for a Siren of the Sea. If we give you a mini stone, I can get a second copy of you. If I can get a second copy of you, we can do some real stuff. I can run a like double incant Soul Guard kind of lore. Guildmongers obviously like Endless. Hothead likes damage. Dualism on Stuck-Up Whelp is also really good for the double Avarice giving. There's so many things I want over there. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Titan Channel, you get larger. Large Stone and Titanite. There is a version of this where Hothead gets Large Stone just so that it can sit on the bottom floor comfortably. I think Titanite's totally appropriate for the Siren of the Sea, especially if I don't end up mini-stoning you. I think plus 14 damage on Hothead's really helpful. I think it can easily take the Large Stone. I can reroll and not buy most upgrades at this point. So we'll hold. I really want to use that Stuck-Up Whelp. Do I just dupe another Guildmonger so in the next battle I can get 3? Taking me all the way to 6? Third Guildmonger. Annoying. 180 health. Front lines. And the back lines are particularly bad too. Okay, so it's just you on that floor. And then we're going to have to kill him as quickly as possible. So we got in-camp floor set up next floor, which means, what, Guildmonger sacrificial floor top line? Ugh. I just gotta start getting some in-cat start if I'm gonna be able to take out the enemy front line at all. So still on dagger, and then you can clear with AoE. Setting up another 45. Decent stacks getting on Siren at this point. Of course, it's time for Guildmonger. Eventually, in every life, there always comes a time for Guildmonger. Thankfully, I can clear them this turn with the Hothead. Because those double Profane Supplicant backlines have been real tough. Really? I was pretty sure I was going to get that unit down if I gave it all the Pyogel, but if that's not going to be the case... I won't waste it on someone else, I'll just give it to the front line. Break you out now? I haven't even gotten any avarice on Hothead on the bottom line. This is awful. Well, 12, you'll come out 120, 120. Yeah, I think this will save me a lot of HP. I mean, yeah, if you're not dying right now, you might as well have a bit more armor. Literally never drew the stock up well. I need that thing. It's for money, you see. Wait, actually. It wants to be defended. Because it applies avarice to all friendly units, so the longer this battle goes on this floor, if it's alive, it's just going to give us money. if I drew that earlier and even gave it to the second line, it would have been great. Oh, all of this missed money. Sap. Apply Sap 3, discard a card at random. I'm going to get rid of a lot of the cards in my deck that say discard a card at random eventually, so I'm okay taking that. Payoff. Restore 2 pi health, reach Dragon Horde. Yes, please. Just a really good versatile tool to have in the deck. Merchant of Magic with a dupe and removal versus Merchant of Arms with Stygian Banner. No, I really do need some of these spells to not be garbage. Double stacking Smelted Treasure, I think. It's definitely the direction for us. I think plus 10 magic power on default for a Flicker is always decent. I think negative 2 cost gain consume is totally worth putting on a fire starter at this point. Negative 1 and Permafrost. It's hard to give anything Permafrost just because I have so many other cards that discard a random card in hand. So Permafrost effectively is a lot of the time just negative 1 cost, which I don't think is good enough for me right now. For that cost, at least. Remove Consume. Plus 20 magic power and Consume, then remove Consume? No. I don't think Spell Chain for Smelted Treasure is necessary now that I've done the double stack. I think Spell Chain wants to be on something like Flicker. I'm going to lower the cost of Smelted Treasure, and then I'm also going to give plus 20 power and Consume to a Fire Gel. Removing 2 cards from the deck. Let's get 2 of these Spear Stewards out of here. A second copy of that Flicker would actually be fine. I kind of want to get a second copy of the Stuck Up Whelp as well. Yeah, let's do it. I want my goddamn money. I'm literally not even getting money from Dragon Horde at this point, okay? You gotta let me be greedy somehow. Feed the greed. Relentless Zealots. I really need to test the Cursed Dragonstaff situation as well. All right. I can't sap Hothead at all. It will heavily reduce our usefulness. So actually, perhaps I should have just played Payoff there. Am I missing even more than 8 health? A little bit, but see, now this is a much more appropriate time for the Hothead to just remove everyone from the battlefield. I'm glad I made sure I had 50 coins coming into this fight so I could play that. Unfortunately, I'm not capable of doing anything about that Collector. Yeah, I just can't reach it. I'll put Steward down anywhere either. All right, drain, discard the Crypt Builder, please. You tried. Thankfully, we also sapped a lot of the damage away. So we only took 5 when the enemy ascended. I'm actually getting really annoyed by this. Now, I've gone through the majority of my deck. I haven't seen either of my Swift. I literally duped it so this wouldn't happen to me. That's why I did that. Why must this happen to me? Even if I did the dupe to prevent it. Okay, as long as that kills the top line, we're okay. Then jump to 30 and an additional hold on the bottom line. I mean, I should use Hotheed. But if I do, I know that the Guildmonger is going to survive, and then I'm going to draw both stuck-up whelps next turn. Also, I know I've got a Flicker left in this deck that can just kill that line as well. There they are. Stuck up well. Stuck up well. 1, 2, eat them. Yay. I got to do it once. And I get no gold from the incant. I'm glad to have confirmed that again, but I'm having a lot of difficulty figuring out consistently what Avarice affects. When dealing unblocked when dealing unblocked damage, it doesn't say attack damage. When dealing unblocked damage, and then Curse of Dragonstaff says, deal damage to enemy units. Now, the Fire Breathing ability says deal damage to this unit's attack, deal damage equal to this unit's attack to enemy units twice. So the Fire Breathing does give you Avarice. Curse of Dragonstaff does not. Is it because the Curse of Dragonstaff is the one that's dealing the damage? Maybe, but when have we dissociated the weapon from the unit? In order to prevent a lot of damage here, I'm gonna pop Soul Guard. Time for Glimmer. You are kidding me. You are kidding me. Thankfully, I've got Forgotten Power and I'm... Oh god, oof. That's the only thing it couldn't discard. Wait, why are we fine? 2 Frostbite. Why? How are you dying to Frostbite? I'm not going to ask for additional clarification. I'm just going to say thank you. Finally got it. We used the Flicker. Oh my god, I also get to burn out the Calcified Ember at the end of the fight. Nice. Ice Storm. Soul's Melter. Siphon gain once. Like, look, I can put this on like a backliner. It'll give me some horde. I think I kind of have to. It's the only other way I can get full hordes going. And equip a unit, gain Conduit 4. That's good. So is Flaming Talons. I'll take Flaming Talons. Oh, Hellheart. Apply by Gel 10 to non-flying boss enemy units that enter the room below the pile. Merchant of Steel really what I care about. I think I gotta go Merchant of Trinkets. My dupe is a little harder now. I think it's probably Flicker. I'm not pleased about this so far. This run feels like it's in dire straits, but Artificial Firestone certainly helps. And I do like Lost Luggage a lot. Yoink and yoink, please. Maybe I go extra capacity. Yeah, I think my next relic is actually going to be extra capacity. I think I could probably dupe the Siren of the Sea, just with all of the additional deployment amber we now have. Okay. And then after this fight, we take capacity. We're not really good at AoE clear consistently on that bottom line. I think that's got to be our bottom so that we can start applying... Oh, actually, no, because Soul Guard takes a while to get large. So it does have to be Hafid. Yeah, it should definitely be capacity. Oh my god, both stuck up whelps on the first turn. Hell yes. There's your Avarice. I'll give you Swift Steel Dagger for the damage. Beautiful. Thankfully, I do have the smelted treasure prepared. Now we're up to 8 Avarice on that hothead. We will get decent money out of this fight, thankfully. Because it's been tough otherwise. Plus 50. So I can do 22 plus 27 is... Sorry, 67. It's 99 damage. 99 and then... Okay, yeah, we would be taking out the Blightbound Guardian and then Nourishing Cherub would be buffing the Chosen Supplicant in backline if I cast both of mine there. Of course, I miss out on incant triggers is the main reason not to do that. Okay, it's got to be Firestarter into Titan's Gratitude, I think. On the bottom line, yeah. I'm gonna need to weaken the Blightbound Guardians. That additional health on the Chosen Supplicant's gonna be really annoying, but thankfully the Siren of the Sea is gonna be able to kill the Cherub next turn. So all I... Oh, Soul Guard, you're not gonna be large enough to kill. Chosen Supplicant's an Ascend. It's gonna be really annoying. Thankfully, Hothead covers the next round for us. Yeah, it's just how it has to happen. With 3 shards on Soul Guard, we are struggling. And I do think a lot of that is probably because of all the stuff I keep doing. I'm not even going to be able to use Soul Smelter here. Oh no, Gale buffs Chosen Supplicant again on the top line. We're going to have to hit that Supplicant twice? So it does 6 spikes damage, 12, 24, 34 damage to the Sens. There's nothing I can do about that there. Ooh. And unfortunately, while it's doing that, I'm not even getting incants on the Soul Guard. Yeah, because we're not killing Chosen Supplicants in the backline and we're just getting our stuck-up whelps consistently. So we're not drawing new cards. I have to choose not to play the whelp. Or at least play it defensively. There you go. Which actually, if I'm going to do that, I'll do it first. We're going to take a lot of damage from that top line. I can't really do too much about that. I didn't calculate if it would be lethal. It's not, but it's really annoying still. Yeah, at least I can use Glacial Seal. And a couple foregone powers there to get some work done. I'm not able to prevent the Blightbound Guardian from going to the top. Before I came into this fight, I was already pretty concerned. I mean, obviously on this side of the fight, I'm now pretty distressed. This is, yeah, this one's not gonna happen. Splitting the incant value to a secondary floor and then still trying to run the gold value on the bottom line, yeah, it would have been great if it worked out, but new. We had too many things that were getting powerful, but weren't powerful to start with. Missed on a couple of the opportunities to find different things for the Hothead. The Guildmongers, I mean, these are just spells that I was playing to get a Dragon Horde, basically. They're not too much of the problem. Not really being able to accrue almost any damage outside of Soul Guard and spells that were unreliable was pretty much the problem with this one. So there goes our 5 streak. I don't even think if I replayed that fight, like I think I could probably replay that fight dozens of times and still end up with pretty much exactly the same outcome there. Only that fight, not that run, by the way. Definitely could have made other decisions at different points of the run. In fact, at the very start, there were certain decisions I earmarked, like, I'm going to make this instead. Maybe not this run. Seraphitern has chosen of Entropy. Yeah, cool. Flesh Weaver with spikes and Kale with spikes again. We've also got 2 copies of Flash Freeze in the base deck, 2 copies of Pyre Cask, and a Guardian. Names. I remember the last time I got Fire is Greed. I remember I said immediately at the top, I was like, I'm never going to forget it. That's it. This is the run. I'm going to keep saying Fire is Greed, Fire is Greed. And then I immediately forgot it and I never used it. Well, let's use it this time. I mean, it's got to be Emot's Tome. It's ridiculous. Dire Channel? I could put Dire Channel behind God of the Unnamed. It's still just big damage to front enemy unit, but it doesn't need to survive with its own health value. Alright. I almost never use Dire Channel because I think it's significantly worse than Titan Channel. But I don't know. Give it a go. I think I might just let all of these dudes hit me. That's 10 gold per dude that hits me. That's a lot of gold. Don't discard Vengeful Shard Wraps. Thanks for the gold, suckers! Oh, you butt. Collector's not supposed to be up there. Got him with the spell. So we gave up 28 health in that fight. But in response, we got money. Energy Siphon. Third Flash Freeze? I do like targeted damage. It's, you know, more than Firestarter. Flicker or Fireball? Fireball. It's my first... I was about to say it's my first AoE card. Merchant of Steel, Merchant of Steel, both with Stygian. I'm going Merchant of Steel, Stygian, would you believe? Dualism and Multi-Strike. Interesting. Alright. Dualism, the God of the Unnamed. Multi-Strike, the Siren of the Sea. We're doing it. I'll save the money here as well. -1 energy per turn. It's fine. I think these are probably better than even putting Soul Guard on that floor now, actually. I'll cast the first one on the top. We need to get that. There we go. Managed to score the Collector, as well as use Pyre Casks to take out the big Flatulets. Grand. So Pyre Cask up the boss, and we go from it beating both of us to us beating it without taking any losses. So I'll probably be going capacity so that we can fit the Soul Guard down. Yeah, I'm happy to take a single Hell Crystallis. It's just nice damage. Golden Touch. I know Flicker was there. Celestial Alcove Stygian. So mini stoning one of my units would be ideal. Obviously, healing the Pyre would also be pretty good. Alright, I'm going to the left, especially because Sacrificial Chamber is a room that exists in Pyreborn's pool, and that would be a really good way for me to also get additional money here. I could supplement my money. Steward's Quarters? Yeah, alright. No reason not to run a Steward's Quarters top line if it's not really going to interfere. So I do still want to go capacity, because that's also really good for the Steward's Quarters. So that means I don't need Exile's Diadem to give additional damage to... Sorry, to give additional space to the bottom line, because the Exile's Diadem would be relevant in this next fight, and then it would stop being relevant immediately. Combine to equipment constant 1, don't have any... Let's check the Alco first. Ooh. Friendly units deal... Sorry, gain 12 damage, but take 1 damage at the end of the turn. Not great. I guess it's okay for the multi-striking stewards on the top line. Quelling Catcher at the end of the battle, gain 100 gold. Clepsydranium, friendly units gain Conduit 1 on Slave. Probably got to be our choice. That Conduit matters, even if we're not going to be slaying consistently right now. Take that Pyre Remains and head in. I also want to keep as much money here as possible. I have to flash restop. I've got to start getting you to lose your stuff every turn. Gets way too dire otherwise. Two units on the top line. And just kill them. I'm just going to dupe the Pyreball, but I won't really be able to do anything about that. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly how I expected that to go. Soul Guard is not well equipped in this fight to do almost anything. I gotta reduce the cost of Golden Touch so I can hit it with the Emote Tome and be able to cast it twice. Why'd you have to discard the Fire is Greed trigger? Crystallis is quite good for that bottom line right now, I guess. Attack, attack, kill, attack, spawn. The new spawn then just kills next round, or kill spawn. That's a lot of damage they want to send to the top line right now. I'll give you 1 flash freeze to prevent Chosen Flagellant from being part of it. The other 2, that's actually... okay, that's just fire as triggers. Okay, we managed to get all of the mass up. That's huge. That'll get us a long way. And indeed it did. We now win on the bottom line. Yeah, I think Curse of Dragonstaff makes some sense to me. A little bit of AoE for that bottom line. I do intend on getting even more ridiculous without casting Miser. I think Magma Mauler. And then capacity. Take. So Magma Mauler can go on that mid floor. Between our bottom floor with Siren of the Sea, the Guard of the Unnamed, Soul Guard, and all of our active cast spells. Then midline Magma Mauler, then top line Shield Steward, Spear Steward with the Steward's Quarters. The Pyre Gel from the Magma Mauler will really make sure that top line kills whatever comes up. Merchant of Magic. I just don't have very good spells to upgrade here, but I still think I have to right now. -2 cost consume and remove consume is a pretty good combination. I do like Intrinsic. I just don't think I really have spells that care about being intrinsic that much. +10 magic power. I mean, this could go on pretty much anything. Give an intrinsic to Fireball. Swift's-Tail Dagger is an appropriate piece of equipment to give the Siren of the Sea. Also, Stoic Plate Mail's really good for stewards on top line. Actually, I'm taking it. Tire channel. A little bit more damage. More upgrade? No, I'm not going to reroll just to buy Emberstone for -1 cost or something. I think we're good. Especially because there's another Merchant Magic in the next area, and it might even go there as well, especially depending on what spells we get after this fight. Enemies restore 150 as they ascend. That's fine. Unfortunately, the enemy is going to be full healing. Thankfully, they're going to be getting Pyre Gel. Oh, Golden Touch. Neat. Oh, but I only have 1 unit to Golden Touch, so I don't want to dupe it. Oh, hell yeah. Sadly, I'm going to miss that Collector. Profane Supplicant's also going to ascend and get additional health. Why couldn't I have Golden Touch this turn? It would have been so good. I'd accept it this turn too. No, I'm going to keep that Vengeful Shot in hand. Fire is greed, you see. I mean, I'd love to drop the triple toll here. Oh my god. Spear Steward top line is essential. I think I have to cast through it. Yeah, because at least I can take out... I've got the Slay has given me Conduit, so I could take them out, but unfortunately I have to take 9 damage now to these tolls. Perfect time for my shields, alright. Oh, it did not. I'd love these not to be in the next cycle. Wait, hang on. No, there's no chance I can just... There's no chance I can cast 4 cards this turn down here, right? Yeah, no. Even if they luckily discarded the right one, I'd still have 2 in hand now, and one of them would discard the other. Oh, no. Alright. At least all the chumps are gone. Stoic Plate Mail for our top and front, then double Pyre Cask for the enemy boss, and Foregone Power. Could not have been a better draw there. for us possibly continuing to exist. Oh my god. Okay, how far can I push the envelope? Oh, yep, no, I'm still alive. Hell yeah. Thank heck for Stewart's Quarters. Has my back when I don't. Titan's Tooth and Drain, both on offer. I think we've just seen one of the really good reasons to take Drain. Devilish Details gives you 3 Dragon Horde, and get this, 10 gold. Merchant of Magic. Yeah, those are definitely 2 spells that care about seeing upgrades. Well, they don't necessarily care about seeing upgrades, actually. Hang on. No, those are 2 spells that both really care. About upgrades. No, that's exactly what I said in the first place. Hang on. No. They're both spells that want to be upgraded. That's exactly what I said as well. Helicopter Chrysalis, lower your cost, keep consume. Plus 20 magic power and consume. These are the things that go on the fire starters after the start of the battle. All here. Ooh. -1 Permafrost or -1 in... Oh, -1 intrinsic for Devilish Details, thank you. Equipment or room card. The idea of being able to throw one of the top liners into Stasis Crystal. It's not bad. Hang on. Stasis Crystal. Resolve. Gain 20/20 while under stasis. Ability Emerge. Stasis. Cannot attack. Cannot be damaged or targeted anyway. Soulguard doesn't attack. I think Soulguard could wear the Stasis Crystal. Oh my god, we have so many castle items. I think Soulguard could wear the Stasis Crystal. And still trigger the action and incant and resolve. So you just get 20/20 a turn that you otherwise weren't getting. A little tough because it doesn't want to be the Steward. So we'll get a Foregone Power out of here. And I actually will get out one of the Calcified Embers because I'm having a bit of difficulty paying for them. That's the first Calcified Ember I've ever removed, not in battle. The front non-boss enemy in each wave gains 1. That's fine. I don't need that to be the one that I do. Why? There's always a shield bearer when I don't want there to be one. I'm gonna play a Steward. I'm gonna kill my own Steward. I have another Spear Steward for the top line later. Starless, and again. I want to Stoic Plate Mail the top line. And how many more chances am I going to get? Burn the first one. Sadly, we also miss out on the collector there. Hey, there's the drain. I didn't even mention this. I gave it holdover and double stack because I saw them immediately. So now I can give 12 less damage to any unit I want, whenever I want. Hell, I can do it twice in a turn. Yeah, when the boss is dealing 0 damage, it becomes very easy to beat them. Good relentless phase, buddy. Ice Storm. We're gonna get a decent amount of conduit, ideally. Good spell for damage. Pipe-on Brain Spike. Use cooldown and apply Avarice. Or Inequivalent Exchange? No. Or Soul's Melter. Well, Soul's Melter on Guard of the Unnamed does get a lot of souls. But also, double casting Devilish Details at the start literally sets me up for 2 golden touches immediately. I am going to go to the Merchant Trinkets as well, so I do get another Pyromanes. I'm going to skip here. Ooh, spells gain 3 damage for each upgrade on their cards. Not too impactful right now, actually. Flaming Talons is really good, though. Increase max hold by 3. Oh, boy. Oh, I don't even have a room other than the Steward's Quarters. Shadow's Sheath wouldn't be good for us. Yeah, I'll take the expanded coffers. This is awkward. Non-banner units have deployable. That gives us the ability to play a Spear Steward in the deployable phase, which is... it's okay. Turn off the deployment phase, summon a random unit from your deck on each floor. Not good. It'll put stewards off of the steward's floor. And spells get an extra upgrade slot. That seems really good. Especially like Drain, lower its cost, double cast it each turn easily. I'm not gonna need 2 Spear Stewards. Oh. What spell wants this upgrade? Triple stack? Yeah, triple stack Pyrocask is interesting. -4 energy to something? Absolutely not. Entropic Growth. Permafrost and in hand permanently gain 5 magic power. I could give that to Golden Touch, but no. I could give it to Ice Storm? I feel like I'm probably better served by taking nothing here. These come with the Entropic Crystal, and every time I draw this, I have to play it, because otherwise all of my spells in deck are... Ooh, actually, hang on. No, I discard cards easily, so I'm going to discard it a lot of the time. I will... Oh, no, but Permafrost, I discard cards easily, so I'm going to discard it a lot of the time. Do I just triple stack a Pyrocask, so I can throw it at a boss? I think so. Buy a gel 30. Also, I might be able to, like, consume, remove costs down that or something like that. We've got the Lightstone casing. We're going to have to set up the ability to kill as quickly as possible, because we can't have Kale buffing those units. So, one more Deployment Ember gets me the ability to also play the Shield Steward and Magma Mauler. Nice. Wicked. Alright, no one leaves the bottom line, and I get all that juicy incant bonus I was looking for. Hell yeah. So they just send up the Chosen Supplicant. Unfortunately, I do have to waste the 30 there. You're kidding me. I'm just going to kill the Supplicant with the Helical Crystallis then, if you're going to be like that. Seriously, the goal. Yep, looks like Soul Guard's still triggering. That's great. So we just get 20/20 on Soul Guard each turn. So we get 100/100 before the deployment phase is over, which means it's much easier for us to win on this bottom line. Even despite the fact that we look like we're about to lose the guard. Sadly, the Chosen Supplicant's gonna get more health and ascend. I've taken all of the damage off KL, but you gotta wait another round before that's relevant. Gonna have to take 24 damage to that Chosen Supplicant ascending as well, and I don't have a way to stop it. Oh, no. I can't let the spikes go on to Kale. It's fine if this Misshapen Fiend has a plus 100 and is trying to ascend. It won't get there. Oh no, wait, that's not even enough to affect the difference on the top floor. So instead of casting the damage on the top floor, we just go sap. Amazing. Oh, right, we don't win. Yeah, no. Kale's killing Solgard. Or moving directly past Solgard here. There we go. Enemy didn't attack that whole time. Pyroclasm. Attuned explosives deal... attuned explosive rather deals 150 damage. Sure. Gotta take the energy here. Loot 7? Yeah, we loot 7. Let's give units 3/3 for each upgrade on their card, just as a little bit of a health bolster for them. Blights and Scourges cost 0. Great. Big fan of that one. Just try and discard it a bunch of times, and if it fails, it's okay. Oh my god, I'm gonna get rid of the guards by numbers. Yay! There's definitely upgrades I still want to see on my units. Actually, there's so many upgrades I want to see on my units, and I need the health. $16 damage per shard. Another multi-strike with the Siren? Yeah. Give some damage to a Spear Steward. Finally. Incant, gain armor 2. That's now incant, gain armor 4 because of the dualism on you. Every incant gives you 10 armor. Yay! So glad that finally happened. I'll give additional health to the Shield Steward because it'll be in front. Boiler room, yes. Merchant of Magic in the next area. Also, that Pyramanes being there is really nice. Purified Souls on the bottom floor are going to be really annoying. Basically, just have to outcast them in spells. Just not easy. The thing that's the main risk to me is not the Heaven Seal here, I don't think. I mean, sure, it's not going to help. I think I just have to cast Pyrecast as an incant. I can't use that Golden Touch on 2 targets here. has to be a better way to do that turn, right? So, single fire starter take down the enemy backline. Prevents all of the additional buffs they were about to get. Holdover double stack does have to happen at the end, but I can go 1 and 2, setting up for a golden touch. Cast and then drain. Okay, yeah, so much health save. That actually may end up being pivotal. That's 50 difference. Oh. I don't like I'm going to be sending up that About Gladiator, but I can still sap you. Actually, sorry, Flash Freeze would have gotten that in a single hit. Thank heck, Curse of Dragon stuff. Solves all our problems. There isn't anything else I could cast with the top line, right? Okay, double Flash Freeze does it. Great. Then that'll sort the rest. We even get the Avowed Gladiator down on that line. Of course, the second Gladiator is going to go up. That's okay. We do have double Drain for it if we need. Certainly looks like we might need. Perfect. Sap the boss twice. There's something for the top liners. I can even pop out Soul Guard to let you attack. But there goes Rax. I'm leaning Unnamed Tome. Just to shut up a couple of the turns of drawing entropies and such. Make it rain. We have enough money and we can use it. Increase Max Hold by 2. Look, if I can get Max Hold done, I'll do it. I'm not going to, probably, but maybe. Gotta be the Merchant of Magic. Gotta be healing. When you're out of energy, cards can be played with their cost and Pyre health. I don't really get out of energy that much. I really don't want to cost any more Pyre health. I want to roll. Yeah, I'm almost never asked for enough energy for that to be relevant. Units get an extra upgrade slot, doesn't happen. Jack strips, useful. I can now set up on the floor 2. Probably not playing the Magma Mauler anymore. 3 different cards a card in turn, draw 1 card, just in case. Merchant of Magic, negative cost intrinsic. That gets Drain ready to go from turn 1. I like it. Holy Stone on a Pyroclasm just to heal up the Pyre a little bit. Negative 2 cost and consume for a Fire Starter. Holder and remove consume. Remove consume. Wait, I can't get holdover and remove consume on the same thing. Damn. I mean, consume remove the triple cast Pyre cast. Seems it to me. Also lower the cost of Ice Storm, and I'll give it plus 10. Use the Final Vortex to remove a Magma Mauler that's not getting played anymore. And a Foregone Power, because it costs me 2 cards if I draw multiple cards that have discards. Like, Forgotten Power is best played as the last card in your hand, but if you have 2 Forgotten Powers, then you only get to play one of them at the end, so it ultimately does effectively come down to... I like to use the shorthand. Every 2 cards that you have in hand that discard another card is 1 less card in hand that you actively get to play, because usually you're trying to be able to play most of your cards each turn. And usually by the end of the run you can satisfy that. Chosen of Entropy. So we're here. The reason we'll set up on these 2 lines as well is because the Jack Strips is now going to deal with the Shattered Souls, and it gives me a turn to try and kill the Silence units before they ascend. I'm going to cast that on an empty floor just to get the incant trigger. I don't think Firestarter on my own unit is worth it, though. I will drain the top and give you Firestarter as well. I'm ready to start draining the top every turn. Hell yeah. When it discards one of the ephemeral scourges, like Curse of Entropy, Train just immediately kills the card. Love that. Wait, hang on. I had to cast the Drain first, but now I got to get a Flash Freeze on the bottom. And then I sapped my own unit. Drain. Flash Freeze. Drain. That's it. Get rid of the Vengeful Shard because we have no more shops. That's all it needed to be. I can silence you for even longer if I want. There we are. Let's just keep Seraph on this whole 0 damage kick. Feeling like doubling up a Pyre Cask is probably a good idea. Worked out significantly worse than I wanted to. It's okay. I still have the ability to sap the big guy as he goes up. Also, all of these units ascending and then dying on the next floor due to the jackstrips means the boiler room sees them die. Oof. Oh no, if I play the Curse of Entropy, they ascend. I mean, they ascend and deal 4 damage, but they still ascend. Perfect. Thank you for all the energy. Big guy's ascending, but it's got a decent amount of sap on him. Let's Pyroclast them so that I don't have to deal with all of the chosen incant stuff. As I sap him badly enough. That one hasn't got enough buffs to go to the top line and do any damage. Definitely got enough sap on the boss. Great. We can pop out Soul Guard and then just watch the fight. Heck, the double stack holdover sap, because we would not have had anywhere near that fight without it. Whip a unit to give them conduit for. Oh, when any unit dies, their Pyogel spread amongst enemy units. That's really helpful, because they gain Pyogel with the Flaming Talons. They ascend, then they die with jackstrips, and then they give the Pyogel to their neighbor. Necessarily their neighbor, but someone else. Again, we'll be setting up on the second floor here. For the very same reasons we did last time. Definitely not worth double playing Devilish Tails this time. Hey! Stasis Crystal in the opening, though. Pretty sweet. Ooh. I'm going to double the Unnamed Tome. Then... Firestarter. Anything extra that I can cast on this floor is worth doing. Okay, we got a big sap on Dominion, so I don't have to take the 3 a turn. I've got 6 turns worth of Mute on Savagery, so you're not even going to gain Multi-Strike, and you're not going to deal damage to our Pyre on empty floors. And then Entropy. Thank you, by the way. Someone told me that apparently, although all of them say resolve, add Curse of Entropy to your deck, only the bottom one actually does it. Obviously, you're not getting 3 a turn, otherwise you'd only see them after a certain point. But, thank you for telling me that, so now I know to silence the bottom one in order to prevent it. Wow. Our main damage problem, I mean, we can fix the Dominion problem at any point by just doubling our Power Light. I think Savagery, giving you 62 Biogel on your very first turn on the field sounds like a good idea to me. That Chosen Assassin needs to be dealt with. Drain will do it. Either this turn or next, so no need to prioritize it, giving me the ability to focus on playing Helical Crystallis instead. I just need to cost enough to keep the god alive. The Chosen Assassin is not even attacking at all, so if it goes to the top line, actually... Oh, here's a fun little hack. Oh, no. It's gonna die? No, it's not. Okay, it goes up with... I'll drain it again this turn. Maybe I just incant as much as I can and then Stoic Plate Mail this floor. But when the Chosen Assassin goes up, it tries to attack, it fails to, causing Pyra's Greed and Dominion to attack again. Okay, I'm going to give you Stoke Plate Mail. Your incant is now gone, but you gained 120 armor and 30 max HP. So I'm just kind of cashing that early. Now, both the Chosen Assassin and Dominion are sapped to the point that they're not going to hit me, but Dominion does its round of combat, takes a hit. Chosen Assassin goes up, does a round of combat, and then they both take another hit, but no one deals damage. It's just like playing a second Pilot, basically. And in fact, it also causes Dominion to take a second resolve action and give you another Pyrelight in hand. Yeah, I definitely can't incant on this floor with the Chosen Ardent stand right there, right now. Pretty annoying realization to make. That's a Dragon Staff, and it's time for the Ice Storms, I'm thinking. Great. Okay, so we're doing good damage on Entropy. Sap Savagery a little more. Another free round of combat on the top line. Savagery going down this turn. Dominion's going down this turn. Entropy is not. Let's focus on Entropy, man. Literally taking 60 damage to Corruption. God of the Unnamed. I could pop out Soul Guard just to do a hit. Yeah, sure. There you go. You're out of your stasis. And you'll be doing just fine. But I gotta be down. I pretty much just gotta keep casting. Oh, man. We barely got there. I'm gonna use Pyroclasm to finish him off. It only feels appropriate. Big Pyre Cask. 30 Pyre Gel for a single energy is quite nice. Get him! Get him! That was a struggle and a half, but hey, I definitely took full advantage of that Fire's Greed. We've got to admit. The first seal being, God, I can't even remember the name of it. That seal where there's units all over the truck at the start. Also, it's a train. That plus Fire's Greed in the first fight and just allowing ourselves to take a huge amount of damage did set us up for upgrades in the second area that ended up being really, really relevant. Getting both Dualism and Multi-Strike from there. I don't even think we managed to get the Collector, so I think it was just Dualism and Multi-Strike. But even with that as well, I don't know. This was, I feel like I wanted to take a lot more advantage of Pyreborn. But it worked. I do think basically without the... Here's my emotional hesitation here. Without this drain, with both holdover and double stack, we 100% lose that run. And just trying to also identify the other decisions that I could have made so that that wasn't as make or break crucial. That said, I'm still happy to have won and still pleased with the drain. Emot Tome start, always pretty exciting on this clan combination. We're back to the start, so I can tell you that my name's been Rhapsody, And the name of the game has been Monster Train 2. The top left has been series playlists for all my content of the game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/Rhapsody Plays. Out above the thank tier. Special thanks this episode to Tristan. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.